Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow.
And unfortunately, we even saw heads of state who fell for it, who went on to spread lies. Supposedly that we gave mines to the Russians in our southern part. Completely false.
We know what is happening in Burkina Faso. Indeed, we should be working closer with our comrades in Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, this government has created some tension between us and Burkina Faso because our president went and opened his mouth too wide. You saw the video. He went and was doing concern about your neighbor. We all are here. We are suffering. America called you small, and you are so excited, and then your neighbor, you are doing concern about him.
Nanado is a liar. This was said by Ibrahim Traore. He finally responded to what Nanado did to Burkina Faso people in America. Watch this video.
Its significance for us, and I think that beyond everything, that is a matter that I want to urge upon you. Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana. Apart from not accepting the idea of great powers once again making Africa their theater of operation, we have a particular position that you know about over the Ukraine war, where we have been very, very vocal and upfront about condemning the invasion of Russia by Russia. And therefore, then now to have this group at our borders is a matter of some considerable disquiet and concern for us. We really like to have a privileged opportunity to talk about its implications and what we believe ought to be the case. This is what took place with the discussion in the Congress yesterday, which I found very fruitful. And I would like that the themes of that discussion should be the themes that we should continue to address. To what extent we can have you as a partner in confronting these threats. It is very important that ECOWAS and the West African area remains a democratic space. It's the reason for the actions we took over the coup d'etats in Burkina Faso, in Mali, and in Guinea. And ECOWAS has been very consistent in refusing to deal with these governments.
Okay, this was the time Nanado was president of Ghana and he went to America, and in a meeting with the security officers in America, he made mention of the Wagner group, a military group from Russia that is working with the Burkina Bay people. They are actually based on the southern part of Burkina Faso, and that is the northern belt of Ghana. So according to him, it's a threat to the nation of Ghana. Technically, he's reporting Burkina Faso to the American government. And during that time, the Burkina Faso government was not actually happy with what Nanado said. He came back and sent a delegation to Burkina Faso to go and apologize, but that didn't go on well. This is what the then flag bearer of the opposition party, John Dramani Mahama, who is now the current president of Ghana, said concerning that during his campaign.
We know what is happening in Burkina Faso. Indeed, we should be working closer with our comrades in Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, this government has created some tension between us and Burkina Faso because our president went and opened his mouth too wide. You saw the video. He went and was doing concern about your neighbor. We all are here. We are suffering. America called you small, and you are so excited, and then your neighbor, you are doing concern about him. And so it has created some diplomatic tension. He went there and apologized, but still is not the best. So when government changes, we have to go and talk to our neighbors, because we must work together. Indeed, the whole anti-terrorism strategy of this sub-region was done in Accra. It's called the Accra Initiative. And so we are the hosts of that initiative. So we must be reaching out to them and seeing how we can collaborate with them in order that we quench the fire in their houses. Because if there's fire in your neighbor's house, you don't help him to put it off, it will spread to your house. And so I think that we must improve our relationship with Burkina Faso. At the same time, we must also strengthen our surveillance and security, so that in case it comes into our borders, we are able to deal with it.
Okay, so this is John Dramani Mahama when he was the opposition leader. He's saying that Nana Addo went to do concern about our neighbor. Okay, right. So during that time, there was a huge tension between Ghana and Burkina Faso. But after John Dramani Mahama was elected president, we saw Ibrahim Traore finally coming to Ghana during the presidential inauguration. And a lot of people had a lot to say about that, especially when Ibrahim Traore was allowed to use his gun to even greet the new president. But the president was okay about that thing. We now know that, okay, now the tension between Ghana was coming down, or it's actually down. And after that, the president of the republic actually went to Burkina Faso, as a matter of fact, to the Sahel nation, Mali, Niger, and then Burkina Faso, to greet the leaders. So we know that, okay, that tension is no more over there, right? But Ibrahim Traore, in an interview, said that that statement was a lie by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo. Watch this.
What are you giving the Russians very concretely for them to be there? Are they taking minerals? How are you paying them? Are you selling a portion of the territory? What's the deal?
If the deal was really to leave one master for another, we would rather die. Because when we say the homeland or death, it has its full meaning. No, it's just media. Lies again. And unfortunately, we even saw heads of state who fell for it, who went on to spread lies. Supposedly that we gave mines to the Russians in our southern part. Completely false.
Nothing is given to the Russians.
Absolutely false.
Not even a mine?
Why give? If the Russians want a mine, we have the mining code. They come and integrate into it. We give them the permit, they pay taxes, and they do everything they have to do like everyone else.
But with what do you pay the Russians then? They don't come for your good looks.
Yes. With what do we pay them? First of all, when did the Russians arrive? In Burkina, the last time instructors came was because they need to train the people military on the equipment. And it's the same with all countries, not just the Russians. When we sign a contract to acquire equipment, we sign the contract with the training included. There are plenty of Turks here. Why don't they talk about it?
Watch this.
Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow.
And unfortunately, we even saw heads of state who fell for it, who went on to spread lies. Supposedly that we gave mines to the Russians in our southern part. Completely false.
I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services.
And unfortunately, we even saw heads of state who fell for it, who went on to spread lies. Supposedly that we gave mines to the Russians in our southern part. Completely false.
All right. So according to Ibrahim Traore, what Nana Addo actually said in the United States meeting was actually a lie. It wasn't true. According to him, he fell for the lie because the Russian troop was not actually in Burkina Faso working. They are not a terrorist group working in Burkina Faso. And so according to him, there were a lot of leaders within the South region that fell for that lie at that time. And so they went around spreading lies about the Burkina Faso nation to other nations. This was a statement. It's not from my mouth. So according to him, President Nana Addo lied about Burkina Faso during that time. This is the update from the Sahel nation. This is just an interview that Ibrahim Traore granted recently and responded, to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo. This is something. So my name is Xavier. For now, out.